Alright, today is April 8th, 2018, so we're about 1/3 into the year of 2018, and so I wanted to make a video on my top 5 cryptocurrencies that I believe will have not only the most success in terms of price and valuation in the market, but also in terms of technology, as well as the community aspect, which I think is huge. And so I want to kind of talk in detail about all of those aspects in regards to my top 5 cryptocurrencies. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. So this is going to be the first and quickest. I'm going to spend the least amount of time on this coin, seeing as how I have like hundreds of hours already of video on this particular topic. I think most of my viewers and most of the people watching are aware that I'm a fan of Litecoin. Obviously, it's my #1 choice. And in terms of 2018 already, just in the first few months of 2018, we've seen huge attention come throughout the media, even mainstream media sources, as well as Twitter. We see it on Instagram, Discord, Slack. You know, there's so much in regards to this community. And I talk about it essentially daily, so we're not going to spend much time on Litecoin. It is my favorite coin, of course. So for the rest of the video, we're going to be spending a lot of time on 4 cryptocurrencies that I do very much so believe in. However, I don't talk about on a daily basis. So I want to save most of your and my time for those 4 cryptocurrencies. And so number 2 on the list here is NANO. So NANO is a Chinese cryptocurrency commonly referred to as a Chinese version of Ethereum, but there are some differences and I kind of want to briefly go over them in this video. Before I get into that though, you know, a really good resource I think for a lot of information are the subreddits for these cryptocurrencies. NANO's subreddit has about 100,000 readers, give or take. It's about 89,000. But I want to use this article for reference real quick to, you know, kind of compare NANO versus Ethereum, why NANO might be 2018's strongest cryptocurrency, written by Noam Levinson on HackerNoon, published on HackerNoon.com. And so if we scroll down here, I like this part of the article comparing NANO with Ethereum. So NEAX is NANO's version of atomic swaps, directly swapping tokens without any exchange and cross-chain integration. Think ARK ecosystem, which is another cryptocurrency that I actually am invested in, I do believe in, which is ARK. This will enable people to swap crypto assets and transact across different blockchains. It also allows smart contracts to interact across chains. NEAX is important because it allows collaboration between the blockchains created by on-chain and by NANO's public blockchain. As more components of the smart economy develop, NEAX will link them together. And so Ethereum comparison is that Ethereum has done atomic swaps, but only once. But the article does point out Ethereum will need an outside application to accommodate large-scale cross-chain integration. So something that NANO currently does have that Ethereum does not is this component called City of Zion is an independent open source community of developers, translators, and designers who work towards the betterment of NANO. They received funding from NANO to help incentivize project development. The community has contributed considerably to NANO. They have developed the Neon wallet, created a NANO block scanner, translated documents for NANO, and developed the NEX platform. It is incredibly advantageous to have a network of support such as City of Zion. And again, you know, Ethereum doesn't really have a good comparison for this one. All in all though, in the space of decentralized applications, Ethereum currently obviously is the winner. Ethereum had a huge year in 2017. And as the article states above here as well, today almost every ICO is built on Ethereum's ERC20 token platform, and Vitalik Buterin is one of our time's greatest minds. So Ethereum, you know, still is huge in the world of cryptocurrency, largely considered, you know, the #2 right now. And technically speaking, it is #2 in market cap. But essentially, you know, there's a huge community. There's tons of conferences, tons of stuff going on with NANO. And its aim is to really build a community using smart contracts, you know, to build a smart economy. It kind of reminds me of Litecoin with how dedicated and how large the community is growing. It's not the biggest just yet in America. However, in China, it's a huge cryptocurrency, and it's one that I am, you know, a believer in long term. And I know some of you actually are pretty big fans of NANO, so that's cool. And I was actually turned on to NANO by some of your comments, you know, 2 or 3 months ago. In regards to price though, NANO is currently a little under $50 US, 47.24 currently. And like I said, you know, you can get NANO on a bunch of exchanges. Primarily, I like to use Binance or Bittrex, with the largest in volume being Binance and CoinEgg. So moving on to number 3, my third cryptocurrency for 2018 is Stellar Lumens. So a lot of the times Ripple and Stellar Lumens are compared to each other. There are a few key differences though. For one, Ripple's foundation holds about 2/3 of XRP, so they have a lot of their own supply, you know, so that makes it more centralized when the foundation itself has most of the XRP that exist. And the reason Stellar Lumens is somewhat considered more centralized is just because they have a smaller amount of nodes set up, but as adoption increases and as more and more people are aware of XLM and get into it and set up nodes, that'll make it less and less centralized as well. And so one of the biggest news items for XLM in 2017 was IBM and Stellar Lumens are partnering with each other. In a breakthrough for payments technology, IBM and a network of banks have begun using digital currency and blockchain software to move money across borders throughout the South Pacific. So this happened back in October of 2017. IBM is one of the world's largest, technological companies. And so XLM, made one of the biggest tangible actual partnerships with a large corporation back at the end of 2017. So Stellar was actually founded by Jed McCaleb, who is also the founder of Ripple. McCaleb, however, left Ripple due to disagreements with his management team and created Stellar Lumens. And it was considered a Ripple fork, however, the code behind Stellar was completely rewritten. So, it's not really considered a fork or a clone of Ripple in any sense. It's its own unique cryptocurrency. And unlike Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other first-generation coins, Stellar is a working technology that provides fast and inexpensive transactions. Stellar avoids the costly mining process by using the efficient Stellar Consensus Protocol developed by Stanford's professor David Metzieres. And so I like this post on Reddit as well, XLM transaction fees versus other cryptos, retweeted by IBM. So XLM does have less transaction fees than both Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, as well as Ripple. And Stellar is about 4 times cheaper than XRP. The transaction times as well are quite fast. And so these low fees and quick transaction times make it ideal for micro or nano payments in the future as well. It's one of those coins that has a fairly long history, has a good community behind it, and it's actually making real-world steps, such as partnering with IBM. And we know it just isn't going to disappear overnight like some ICOs or some cryptocurrencies. Moving on to my 4th pick of 2018, we have NANO, which was formerly Rayblox. And so this is something that Charlie Lee himself tweeted about a few months ago. He said, "I took a look at nano currency recently, pretty neat. Every account has its own blockchain. It focuses on fast and free transactions for payments, uses proof of stake for double spend protection and proof of work to fight spam. The challenge is to keep it decentralized." And he said in a disclaimer that he does own some Nano. And so this is a popular GIF. It is transactions per second compared to Bitcoin, which has about 7, Dash, which has about 10, Ethereum 15, Litecoin 50. Keep in mind, Bitcoin and Litecoin's transactions per second will increase with the Lightning Network. XRP about 1,500, and Nano with over 7,000 currently. So some of the key features of Nano are instant transactions. Nano transactions happen immediately, so it's a currency you can use every day for purchases large or small. Nano as well has 0 fees, pay for the purchase, not the privilege, 0 fees on whatever you buy from bus ticket to business class flight, and infinitely scalable, which Nano can process over 1,000 times more transactions per second than Bitcoin, currently without the Lightning Network, so you'll never get stuck in a queue. Each account has their own blockchain. Running a node costs next to nothing. Because the protocol is incredibly lightweight, Nano's transactions are processed with no fees. One transaction fits within a single UDP packet, and transactions are handled independently, eliminating any block size issue. And so this is something, even Charlie Lee, the creator of Litecoin, has looked into and has come out and said that he is a fan of. He said in that tweet that his only issue was the problem of keeping it decentralized, which again is a big issue for a lot of cryptocurrencies that have incredibly fast transaction speeds and everything. But Nano is definitely something I've been interested in. The first time I invested was back in, I think, around the middle of December, when it was called Rayblox still, or Ryblox. Its ticker was XRB, and now it is rebranded and renamed to Nano. And last but not least, my number 5 pick for 2018 is a cryptocurrency that I've covered actually in previous videos. I specifically made an entire video about Vertcoin. It kind of goes over all of the details. They will be utilizing the Lightning Network, similar to Litecoin and Bitcoin. They have a lot of other features, primarily listed here on their webpage, vertcoin.org. And so if you want to check out that video, it was back at the end of January. It's titled Vertcoin, so I'd love for you to check it out if Vertcoin is something you're interested in. Atomic cross-chain swaps, Lightning Network. And so Vertcoin is just something that I've been following for a while now, particularly in terms of price as well. I know Vertcoin has actually been holding up pretty well in these past few months, specifically in the past 2 or 3 weeks. And so yeah, I'd recommend, checking out that video if you're interested more in learning about Vertcoin, checking out other resources. They have a good subreddit as well. And, a final mention, didn't make it into the top 5, but something I wanted to mention is Nexus Earth. This is something that I actually made a standalone video as well for a few months ago. I'm really excited. You know, this potentially could be big in 2019, not necessarily 2018, because in 2019 that is when they're launching satellites. It's more complex. You know, there's a lot going on with Nexus. The white paper is very long, very detailed. They have a really good mission statement and everything, and they actually have partnered with a rocket company to launch satellites into space, you know, as a part of their network, to make it more distributed, to make it more decentralized and everything. And so that's going to happen in 2019, so I'd recommend checking out Nexus, the cryptocurrency. Again, I don't necessarily think Nexus will be huge until possibly 2019, but they have their white paper right on their webpage if you want to check it out. Like I said, you know, it's a quite long white paper, but they have a lot of good details, a lot of interesting stuff if you want to read about it. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. So again, the top 5 that I chose were Litecoin, NEO, XLM, NANO, and Vertcoin. A lot of these are already high market cap cryptocurrency coins, except Vertcoin. I think it's a little bit lower here. Yeah, Vertcoin is currently listed as the number 107 cryptocurrency with a market cap of about 86 million. So it's still relatively small. And it's one of those coins that I think is going to be a lot bigger in the coming months, potentially 2018, 2019. And again, you know, there are dozens of other cryptocurrencies that I do believe in, that I'm a huge fan of, but I just couldn't squeeze them into the top 5, saying we can only fit 5 in the top 5 cryptocurrencies here. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I always love learning about more cryptocurrencies, and a few of these, like I said, Nexus, Earth, and NEO specifically, I was turned on to from reading comments on my YouTube videos and everything like that. So yeah, let me know what you think. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you agree, and if you haven't, you know, checked out some of these cryptocurrencies that I mentioned, I think it might be beneficial, because I think those 5 are pretty solid cryptocurrencies, as well as the 6th one that I mentioned, Nexus, Earth. But yes, thanks for watching. Please drop a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.